Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Great Muslim of Virginia. As always, to give the latest news, article, lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shimi Shai. First and foremost, as always, we want to give our praise, glory, and honor due to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. We say double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. I'm going to say double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. We're for these not the truth. And of course, I'm going to say peace and blessings and salutation to Yakima that is spreading the truth throughout the full of earth, presently to the best of their ability, scattered the focus of earth. But then I say shalom. According to the title of the article, it says, these are the salaries paid in U.S. troops during each war. So let me get a little bit of title on it, and we're going to get our opinions and thoughts. And it says, let me read it right quick, slack here. It says, being a member of the U.S. Army is one of the most valiant careers a person can choose. However, the job hasn't always paid as much. For over a century, the majority of soldiers earned far less than the average civilian. Even today, troop salaries in no way match the job they're doing and sacrifice they're making. Here's a look at how well or not American defense were paid from the Revolutionary War to present war. So I want to get into that is because that's why the military is a joke, man. That's why before you go to the military, that's why they give you certain tests, as we call the ASVAB test, to see how smart you is. So, if you make a good grade, you can go into certain branches, man. Like the Marine Corps, military, and even that, you be second job, certain jobs where you may do like defense missiles and nuclear tests, stuff like that. I remember, back in the war, when I was the fast food job, one of the jakes, he actually got, into those, the nuclear test sites where, they pay you a lot, a good amount, because of his ASVAB test. But if you just, average person, that's not knowledgeable, whatever, you take the test, you get a low grade. Yeah. You're gonna go to the bottom of the bottom.
Yeah,
Then you gotta work your way up.
How you gonna clean in detail?
Yeah, then that's like that. So of course they're not gonna pay you. The average you look at, and like I said, you can go to Google right now, tell you how much the military get paid. For certain E1s, whatever E5, whatever that goes in. You're not gonna get paid. You pretty much getting paid. The only thing that you're really getting is maybe the benefits.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dental care, free housing, and all that stuff. But see, though, that's where the low pay comes in. See, this is why they don't tell you. Like I said, they give you all these benefits, but you're still getting the same low pay grade.
Exactly. They at the end of the day, they pretty much like you said, they do it for the benefits. They like you get the different loans for home benefits. A buying a car. Jake love to do that. He'll join the military just so he can get him a Hellcat. So on and so forth. But that's pretty much what they do. And then at the end of the day, you still got to pay that money back on top of being, like you said, being paid those low wages. So it's a trick. You said back in the day, during the as we're gonna get into, back during the older times of war, man, it was more beneficial for you to join the military. You can actually make something of yourself. You can buy a home. Back during when buying a home and all that stuff was good. Back when the American dream was still a dream, instead of what you got today. But now it's shown to be that even they treat their soldiers just as bad as they do the middle class and lower class.
Yeah, especially to so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans, sure. Man. They the worst. Yeah. Like we said, World War II, you did all that for war, and then you came back just still faced with racism. They still didn't give you the benefits, military. Yep. They just did recently, I think a couple of years ago, that a Jake, whatever, man. Of course, he already passed away, but they finally gave him a medal. So this whole time, is it too late for him? He already gone. So
Right. Now they want to give him a Purple Heart.
Yeah, Purple Heart. Yeah. But it go to show you, man. We're gonna get into it. We read the scripture, but you're gonna show you, man. So that's why really nobody want to join the military, man. Like I said, even military people coming out, about women. They're getting raped, sexual harassed.
Yeah.
Now you got transgenders, LGBT community that you got to deal with. We know that there's what's it called, privileges, so to speak. That that, like I say, let's say for example, if you do well, they're not gonna let you get certain action unless you know somebody or you do something behind the scene. That's how these want to be in charge anyways.
Yep.
So we already know the deal, man. So you're gonna do so much, man. You know, unless they, like I say, unless you're in the cloak, racism in there too, man. You know, everything is in there. You know, the stuff that they didn't want to tell you.
Yep.
But meanwhile, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But it seemed like, you know, that's why this and plus on top of that, this new generation, they don't want to fight, man.
Oh yeah, I was
you
about
know,
to say, 'cause we're in a heightened time of war. So yeah, no, definitely this generation, they like, forget that. You're gonna have to draft me, and then they fighting against that. You seen all the memes that's been going on. You know, Jake ain't trying to go to war. They realize we're in a heightened time of war, but it ain't benefited none of these veterans at the end of the day. You know, because look at the VA. You know, all these veterans we trying to go there, and all these veterans have told me, from veterans I've talked to, hey man, the VA ain't really set up for you. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's ways you can go in there and make money and get benefits, but hey, they still be in poverty. You know, my demon, you know, her mother's was in the military, and she still be trying to get VA benefits. You know, and they still be giving her the run around. So it just show you,
Yep.
even if you join that system, you know, you still gonna be impoverished. You know.
Now let's take this back to the Revolutionary War. So it says the Revolutionary War saw the U.S. fighting for independence from the British over the course of the conflict, and the Continental Army consisting of around 1,050 men. Sorry, 150,000 men, with 1,700 serving at any time. You know, and it says soldiers' pay varied depending on their rank. You know, like we just said. Upon enlisting, each was promised a one-time bounty of either land or money along with their monthly salary. Privates received $6, while generals earned $8, and captains earned $20, and colonels were paid $50 each month.
Now that's a hell of a trade, you know. Hey, you get a plot of land, you know, just for going and serving for a portion of time. That's a hell of a deal, you know. It's far from the case now, you know. They'll set you up to get a loan to buy a house, you know, but still at the end of the day, that house ain't yours. You know, even that land wasn't theirs either, but at least on that land, you can make something of yourself. You know, you can start a farm on it. You can build a house. You can actually build something to grow on. You know, so it was a lot better back then.
Yeah, it can. And it says these salaries struggled to keep up with inflation, and Continental Congress was slow to revisit the Army's pay structure. Discussions led to pay increase for some, which colonels being bumped to $75 a month and captains $40 a month. And privates didn't receive a raise, which hurt their pockets, as they had to pay their own uniforms, weapons, and gear. And now, you know, skip it down, it goes to 1812, skip all that. You know, I'm trying to get to the meat of the gritty of this. You know, I'm talking about today's. Let's see, American Civil War. So that's how I want to drag this on. World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, the Gulf War, Afghanistan. Okay, yeah, we can start from Afghanistan. That's between the 21 and 23. So it says the U.S. So the U.S. began the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq in 2001 and 2003, respectively. With the war in Iraq, deployed troops were making just a few $100s or more than who would serve in the Gulf War. Veterans earned a monthly salary of $1,150, and those with less than 4 months under their belt took home just $1,000.16. Says the American officially withdrew its troops from Afghanistan in 2021, which drew criticism from the military officials, politicians, and society as a whole, due to Taliban taking control of Kabul and the country's capital. So we know what happened when they left Afghanistan, right? You remember they left some troops over there. You know, even the American movie. He said, I don't know who it was in charge. I think it was Biden right at the time. He said, Biden, you freaking coward. You know, you left from Afghanistan, right? Well, you know what I mean, with them left there. Come on, man, damn. So what happened to the, you know, leaving no troop left behind?
Right. Sure to be a lie. They don't care. And it's being shown just like the war in Iraq, you know. I believe the elder Damash Shapat, he was in that war, and he said it was brutal. They got paid shit, and then they still going through the trauma of what happened over there. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Go ahead and get that scripture. Get the Lord hate poverty.
This Ecclesiasticus 26 and 28. Ecclesiasticus.
Before we get that slack here, I just want to get this real quick.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the military pay scales up here. Okay, we see it. Yeah. So right here, E1, right here from the bottom. So you get I think you get paid every month, right? I'm not sure if I forgot how the pay scale works. Or is it every 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's 1st and the 15th. They do theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I say, so you start from E1, 4 months. So you get $1,773. I guess over time you get paid a little bit. You go to E2 one, you get $2,000. You keep going all the way up. The highest you get from E is $3,400.80. Right there, brothers can see it. That's on E-list members, warrant officers, as enlisted warrant officers, and commission officers. Those are the big guys. We know that.
And that's still, and
like I said, it's not even easy ranking up.
Yeah,
like you said, you only get to a certain level. Like I said, they're not gonna get you go all the way to the top.
You gotta know the right people. That's definitely how it works.
Yeah. But you go ahead. You said something.
I'll go ahead and get this.
Yeah, go ahead.
This Ecclesiastes. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like even Jake, they'll look at those number rates and be like, "Well, shit, man, that ain't bad." Hey, based in this messed up economy, man, that ain't gonna get you nowhere. Anywhere you go nowadays, a rent's at least $1,000.
Actually, the average rent right now in Virginia right now is $1,600.
See, that means you got your first half of your monthly paycheck is going just to rent. Then you got to think about your car payment you got going on. The rest of your utilities. Your day-to-day living, your gas, your food. So they still in a crunch. Even if you join the military, like you said, it's hard to level up. To jump rank. So these military servicemen and servicewomen ain't doing too good either.
God, yeah, go ahead. You can bring that scripture.
This is Ecclesiasticus 26 and 28. It says, "There be 2 things that grieve my heart, and a third maketh me angry, a man of war that suffers poverty." And that's ultimately the point we're bringing out in that. The Lord, a man that goes to war for his country, he should be honored in a sense. He should be taken care of. He risked his life for the freedom of the rest of the nation. But that as far
in their belief.
There you go. Because that's another reason why these veterans be getting so pissed off, because they's like, "Hey, you free because of me." You know what I'm saying? But little do they know it's an illusion of free will here. But like you said, like all their beliefs, these people, they go out and risk their lives based on it, and then they get paid shitty while they do it. They go through a bunch of trauma, they see a bunch of violence. What do they call it? PTSD.
Yeah, post-traumatic stress. Yeah.
And then they come home and they messed up, and then it's on top of that.
They be homeless, man. Like I said,
exactly.
like I said, you see some homeless veterans out there, man. It's like it don't make no sense.
Nope.
Right, but hey, that's what happens when you serve the devil, man.
That's it.
Like I said, woe to you. Saying never trust thine enemy.
Yep.
And that's what Jake did, man. Trusting in the oppressor, man. You see what happened, man. Until he had no use for you, he just throw you out, man.
Yep.
To the point that I think it says in the scriptures, I could be wrong, where it says you want to go back to the homeland, they're supposed to give you respect. But in America, you don't get no respect when you serve the military. Not in today's age. They don't respect the military. They treat them like everybody else.
Yep. Yeah, they come back home. They showed you that in
Shoot, especially E. Like, you seen the videos remember when Jake got pepper spray and he was a lieutenant?
Yeah. Yep. He talking about the Jake, right?
Yeah.
He from right here, from Virginia, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. He wasn't even doing nothing. They just pulled him over. Started pepper spraying him. He was being cordial.
Yeah.
It just shows you he was in uniform too. It just shows you, hey, this place ain't.
And now, mind you, they have, I think, authority over the cops. I think
they should. Yeah,
they should.
They should.
Correct.
I'm sure there's different jurisdictions where they can play around with it, but
yeah,
it just shows you that they joining any facet of this man's military or force, whether it be police, anything of that. You might as well just learn your trade and hustle, man. because they people be when they join that military, they be super invested. You know, they make a career out of it. That's what they ultimately go in. I'm gonna do my 20 years. You know how many times you heard that? I'm gonna
Yeah.
do my 20 years.
Nah.
And I'm gonna...
Some people, man, nowadays, you know, people be going there for 3 years.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, especially now. You know,
Everybody
man,
I talked to recently, that's what they do. They go. They I wanted to do 4 years, man, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, like I said, you know what, like some Muslims just go to that, like I said, just what use the word, don't abuse it, whatever. They go to school, get the free education, and then bounce. Pretty much it, man.
Which is wise, man. That's like you said, use it.
Yeah, but you know that was back then, because now you see what happened, right? When we tell our Jake to get out of the military, you see what happened, man. Back in 2020, you know, especially brothers that came, those in the truth.
Oh yeah.
They left right on time, and you see what happened, right? When they had, when they had to force that, the potion.
Yep. Yeah, we had that one girl who came up and said, yeah. I felt like I was cornered into taking it. You remember that one?
Yeah, I remember.
She
appeared
to be an Edomite, but she came up and was like, "Yeah, I was forced to take the juice, based on being in the military at that time." So
yeah, it could have happens.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all good. You can read the last scripture right here. I mean, that was the main point.
Okay.
No, I actually go ahead and just get up Baruch 3 and 8.
Baruch 3 and 8. Comment.
Yeah, just for edification's sake.
Comment. It's Baruch 3 and 8. It says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity," meaning you Negroes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This ain't your rest, man. You know. So trying to conform to this world is not going to benefit you whatsoever. Hey, we see it's not even benefiting E. You know. So what makes you think it's going to benefit you? We're yet this day in our captivity. It says, "Where thou hast scattered us," it says, "for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments." It says, "according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power." You know?
Yeah, so, at the end of the day, like I said, just like any war, like I said, there's a reason why there's a war, man. For you to bring up a new society, you have to bring out war, That's what it did in Germany and all these other countries, man. You have to bring war for them to establish their new economy. That's how it always is, man. That's why the reason, of course, it's ultimately more than that, through the prophecies, but we're just giving you details about how these Rothschilds work, man. That's why they've grown up all these wars, man. Like I said, they live in a time of war, man. The scripture says, wake up the mighty men, bring up the strong, the plowshares. Like I said, man, this is the time, man. So, like I said, we tell brothers before, man, like I said, get out the military, man. Because like I said, and even if that, they're going to do a drafting. So, that'll be the last thing I just want to say.
That was it.
Yeah, so with that, I believe brother for edified. This is Great Millstone, Virginia. As always, to give related articles, news, lessons of the spirit of power, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. And as always, first and foremost, we give our praises, glory, and honor due to Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, Hashem Rekakodesh. Double honor to the Great Millstone Wolf, teaching the truth, and of course, peace and blessings and salutation to Yakim out there putting the truth throughout the full earth, to the best of ability, scatter the full earth. With them, we say, Kwame Shalom. Shalom.